Okay, at this time, let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. At this time, press Start. And do you have your square wave on the screen again? At this time, press Channel 1, where my fingertip is, the Channel 1 button. Now, please look at soft menu items 1 through 7. These are very similar for all the modules, all the channels. I can turn the display on or off. I can label the channel. There's a place here to label it. I could put the word pressure there at soft menu button number 3. At soft menu button number 4, you can press that. I have DC or AC coupling or ground. This is traditional with oscilloscope or recorder. I can do the probe coupling. In my case, I have the blue 10-to-1 ISO probe, so I have 10-to-1 on my probe. If you press the button at the very bottom, soft menu number 7, it says next one of 2. This takes you to the second page of soft menus. There's a very friendly way to get the vertical scale to be customized. Button number 1 here says vertical scale per division. I can choose span. There's 2 choices there. Span can be very friendly and very custom. There's vertical zoom here, which we can talk about at another time. I have a presentation that will show you how to use vertical zoom to maximize your vertical resolution. And then you can, soft menu button number 5 is to invert the waveform. I just pressed it, my waveform got inverted. I'm going to press it again. This is linear scaling, soft menu button number 6. If you press that and turn it to AX plus B, which is the MX, Y equals MX plus B algebraic waveform, this simply lets you take a pressure transducer and multiply it times a factor to convert it to pressure in kilopascal or PSI. So this lets you customize that. I'm going to make sure mine stays turned off. All I'm doing now, if you see where my finger is in the little menu button there, I'm pressing the set button to rotate through linear scaling. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so you've seen just a sample of the functions under a Channel 1 button. They'll be very similar for all modules, but here's a very important button. If you can see the little DL850 video and see my finger, you see where it's pressing all channel button right here at the very bottom. Below channel 14 and channel 15, all channel. Press all channel at this time. This is a very friendly Excel spreadsheet, similar to Excel spreadsheet. I can do the setup, which is soft menu button number 1. Press soft menu button number 1. In this menu, I can actually copy a module to another module, which is very fast. It's a very fast way to set up many channels. So this is individual channel setup, which we went through, and then all channel as well. So again, under the all channel menu, if you press the second soft menu button number 2, which is linear scaling, this is a very friendly, fast way to set up scaling and labels. So this can be very fast with a keyboard and a mouse, and it's just a convenience. You may prefer to set up each channel by itself. Okay, at this time I'll show you how to label a channel. So press Channel 1 button. After you press Channel 1, go to soft menu item number 3, soft menu button number 3, label Channel 1, press that. Go ahead and put your name in this editor here, or you can name the channel after pressure or temperature. This is important. It gets you acquainted with the buttons and the menu layout on the DL850. So in this menu, this is a keyboard. You can use a real keyboard here too, a USB keyboard. I'm just using the set button, and I'm just putting in my initials here. Then I hit enter. If I decide to rename it, there's a feature called history, and I can bring up the old names there. So there are 2 ways to save a configuration. One way is to save it to a file which you can place on your USB thumb drive and archive it where no one can delete it, okay? So press File, and then Save Setup. Soft menu button number 2 where my fingertip is here. And very similar to our previous exercise, you'll come in here and select where you want to save it. Press File menu button number 1, File List. You'll set the path here equal to USB, as we've done previously. I will hit Escape one time to get out of here. Soft menu button number 2 lets you name it with the keyboard editor. Okay? And then when I get ready to hit Execute Save, I've told it the name and the destination, USB thumb drive, and I will simply hit Execute Save and it will save it. So that's several keystrokes, but it's actually very simple to do one time. There's another way that is quicker. Press Setup. At my fingertip, a hard button here called Setup. Press Setup. Go to soft menu button number 7, which is Setup Data Store Recall. And I believe that it's very intuitive here. You'll hit Store Exec. If I hit it while I'm still running, I have not hit stop, it may have an error code. In this case, I don't have memory. I do not have a USB thumb drive. I hope that you believe that's intuitive there, though. Store Exec. This stores it in memory. I'm using left-right arrow. I'm going to hit Set, and it saves it to number 1. And I can name it. I have a customer name here and a date. This is non-volatile. If you cycle the power here, it should be safe. However, your coworker can write over this very easily. So I recommend saving it with the File button. And the file will have an extension, which is .set. So I could save a setup file named Barry.set onto my USB thumb drive, and then I stand a good chance to archive it safely and securely away from my coworkers. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. We're going to discuss all-channel vertical scale. I've shown you the features. Here's the all-channel button again. Please press it. Press soft menu button number 1, Setup. And with the big knob here, use your fingertip to select vertical scale on channel 1 or any channel. Then press the Set button and select that. You'll get a drop-down box. And just change the value. This is not important, but I'm going to select 1 volt per division. The point there, again, is to get some experience turning the shuttle or jog knob here and the Set button. So as long as everyone has that concept, we're going to move on to the next exercise. Okay, so watch the screen. I'm going to press channel 1. We're going to set range a little bit differently in a way that gives us the opportunity to customize our vertical axis, the volts per division. So press channel 1. Make sure that you're on the second page of the soft menu. In my case, I'm going to hit number 7 and go to next 1 of 2. If you're already on that page, it's okay. Your top button will say, soft menu button number 1 will say vertical scale. In my case, it says channel 1, or my label here, which is BBB. But here's vertical scale. It says division. That means volts per division. This is the default setting of the DL850. Press this button one time, select Span. Soft menu button number 2 now has upper and lower settings. What I want you to do is press soft menu button number 2 several times to get comfortable with how that soft menu item behaves. The behavior of the soft menu item is very common to all Yokogawa instruments. So if you would, at this time, set upper to a level that makes your waveform larger, and I'll do the same thing here. Okay, so what you want to do here is basically zoom in on your waveform. Also get comfortable with how this works. Okay, and I'm just playing with mine on the screen so you can see what I'm doing to it. And you can use the knob too. You can use the up-down arrow or the knob. You can use the outer knob. Okay. So the concept here is that you can customize your vertical axis. Okay. So I have mine set up. Span. I'm from minus 200 millivolts to 1,100 millivolts at the top. I could set this for 0. So I'm at 0 on the bottom. I'm now at 1,000 millivolts at the top. So this is just another way to set the range. Let's do cursor measurements. So if you have DL850 full video, go ahead and press the cursor button, which is at the tip of my finger here. Press type off soft menu button number 1 at my fingertip here. And press horizontal cursors. And then go ahead and get acquainted with those. I will use the left and right arrow, and then the big button, the big knob here, to adjust the upper cursor. And then I'll do the same thing with the bottommost cursor. You can use that to make a peak-to-peak voltage measurement, or measure any portion of the waveform that you wish to measure visually or more closely. You got left-right arrows that let you adjust the decimal place, so you can adjust the cursor more slowly. And if you watch my screen, you'll see that the outer blue knob here actually also has a accelerating movement. So it has a faster way to move. And then you can fine-tune. Okay, let's move to the linear scaling exercise. Everyone, please press channel 1. Go to next one of 2, soft menu button number 7. Make sure that you're on this second soft menu page. Press button number 6. And I want you to use the left-right arrow to select it. Please select AX plus B with the set button. Please go to field A using the up and down arrow and press set on field A. Adjust field A, the scalar value A, to number 30, quantity of 30, and then press set. This is very important. I'm going to show you a slightly different way as well. Everyone please select field B. That's the y-intercept of the y equals mx plus b equation. We're going to do it a little bit different here. Press set. I want you to press num lock, which is right here by the scale knob. Press num lock. Now press the channel 13 button, which also corresponds to 0 on the numerical keypad. Press channel 13, then hit set. You may need to attempt this a couple times. That's okay. Okay. Please select the field called unit string. This is where you put a real-world unit such as PSI, and I want you to put a unit in there. You could put watt, W-A-T-T. You could put PSI. Just choose an abbreviation. You could put amp. Everyone, please just select and hit set on that field and use the keyboard and put in a unit string there. Okay, look on your screen. You should have, some kind of a unit. You should be able to see your units on the scale values. We all set AX plus B. We all set a scalar coefficient A. We all set a y-intercept or B value of 0. Hopefully everyone got a unit string in there. And where I want you to look on your screen is find that unit string. So on channel 1, on the range values up at the top and the bottom, it'll say your unit string. It may say PSI or watts or whatever letters you put in there, okay? And that's all that does, okay? So hopefully everyone got the concept there. And we'll move on to the next exercise.